What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Avery Jones Podcast. Of course, I am your host, Avery Jones, and we're back with another banger, of course, and I have yet another capable guest. But before I introduce her, I got some housekeeping stuff I want to take care of. I want to make sure y'all can see my face. This is the first time I'm doing this in the daytime, so yeah. But I'm going to take care of some housekeeping. I got some notes, as you guys can see, so I don't forget nothing. Of course, since this is YouTube, I gotta say this 50 million times. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe and share. That's the most important thing, so people can see it. So I can get the word out. Also, if you want to listen to the Avery Jones podcast on other places other than YouTube, I am available on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, just to name a few. So you can go ahead and listen there. All the links for those will be in my bio as well. Let's see what else we got on here. So if you want to show me how I'm doing with this podcast, leave your comments, whether you love it, you hate it, or anything else in between. You can actually comment on my video, as well as leave me a voicemail on the Anchor app. The link is in my bio as well. That'd be gladly appreciated, just to kind of let me know how I'm doing with all of this. Also, I take donations as well, because all this costs money. And in order for me to edit all the videos and get new equipment so you guys can hear me better and all that stuff, it costs money. And I know we in trying times, I get it, but you can actually go to my Anchor profile, and you can either donate 99 cents, $4.99, or $10.99 to let you know. $10.99 is the only is the maximum you can actually donate. So to let you guys know, I ain't busting nobody in the head or anything like that. So anything helps. $1 a month can go a long way. It is a monthly subscription. You cancel anytime. So, if you want to start off with a dollar, and then you're like, I like it a little bit more, you can do the $4.99 or the $9.99 if you're feeling really generous. So now that I got that out the way, I want to introduce my beautiful guest that I have today. She's a 24-year-old Black up-and-coming entrepreneur. She's a college graduate from Virginia Union University. And of course, last but not least, she is a Black queen. So without further ado, I want to introduce my guest, Carmen Benjamin. Carmen, turn your camera on. There we go.
Hey, y'all. Don't embarrass me.
How you doing?
I'm all right. I'm
good.
Okay. I'm blessed.
Good. I know that's right. Hallelujah. Praise God. Oh, look, no, I told you can laugh and giggle all you want to on this podcast. Don't try to act all pussy now.
I'm gonna do that.
You said what?
I said, I'm gonna do that.
Exactly. I want you to act a fool on this thing. So, but I want to get into first, how you doing with all this quarantine stuff?
It's all right. I don't really mind like staying in the house. Like I've done it, I've always done that. I don't care. I love being in my room. As you can see, I love being in. This is my sanctuary. So it's not really a big issue. It's just the fact that I can't go out and eat. Like sit down in a restaurant by myself and eat, because I like doing that. Like every Tuesday I would go to a Mexican restaurant.
Really? I didn't even know that.
Yes, and I would just go hang out by myself, because I like going out by myself, eating by myself, just having some time to myself, because I'm my family here, and then my friends needing me in other situations. So it's all right. I just don't like that I can't go out and actually do stuff like by myself. And I'm like, I guess I can do it here, but it's not the same. It's like really nice outside too. So
exactly. I mean, I've been going for like runs and stuff like that. I mean, like you said, I'm a homebody. I don't like being in home, like in the house by force. So have the choice between, but I don't mind it too bad. People like freaking out. How many of your friends are like, "Oh my God, girl, let's get out the house. Like, let's go somewhere. Come see me." How many?
Yeah. Like most of the times, it's just to like go to the like not the gym, but like we'll go to the track and we'll like do like exercise. But that's about it. You know what I'm saying? They've been trying to get me out the house to do that, and my grandma. But that's about it.
That's good. That's good. That's good. So I feel like, I mean, I did a little bit of introduction for you, but I feel like you can introduce yourself better than I can. So tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Well, yes, I am an upcoming entrepreneur. And my passion, I'm still kind of trying to figure it out, but I do hair. I love doing hair. I love young ladies, sometimes guys, look good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Yeah.
love it. Like, I love the outcome. I love their reaction. It makes me feel good. So that's what I do. I was working at the salon, but they closed that down because of all this COVID. But I'm still sneaking people in my house. You know what I'm saying? If you want your hair done, I'm still booked and busy, honey.
There
Gotta
you
get
go.
that point.
There you go.
Okay. But
Exactly.
yeah, like I said, I graduated from Union. I'm a math major. Just recently got a job as a math teacher, so I'm gonna be doing
Congratulations.
that. Thank you.
Oh,
In the midst of the storm, we still making money. You know what I'm saying? I
exactly.
can't nothing hold me down.
There
You
you
really
go.
want it, it'll come to you, and I really wanted it. So God's in spite of. That's all. I sing a little. I'm a church girl.
You said
I
it.
have my ways, but who don't?
Exactly. Exactly. I'm gonna keep a notation of that for later in the podcast. You say you sing, right? You tell the people you sing?
Just a little bit.
Okay,
Not.
okay, okay. See, that's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. But thank you for that very well done introduction. I want to make sure people know where they can follow you at the beginning and at the end of my podcast. So what are your handles? Where can the people find you at, or your business clients? Where can they find you
Well.
at? Okay, there you go. That's nice.
Okay.
And that has your email on it and stuff like that, right? So your
Yeah.
email. Okay.
But I'd rather you shoot me a text or something like that.
Okay.
Beauty by Carm, that's me.
Cool.
My Facebook is my name too. Carmen Benjamin, that's me.
Cool.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put all that at the bottom so people can find you, and hopefully and get you some more business through this. That'd be nice. I feel like I've been doing something.
Please.
Yep. So I want to go ahead and dive right into it because I feel like even I don't know, like since the first day I met you, I feel like you were a go-getter in the first place. So I wanted to kind of get you on here to kind of tap into that and help other young women that may not know what direction to go into or still trying to figure it out, but have a little bit of handle on things and kind of give them the direction and or what to do or just some advice or if anything. So we're going to talk about you and being in college and how that whole experience was. So I got little snippets and subjects and stuff like that I wanted to cover with you. Not too long, but we gonna talk. All right.
All right.
Cool. So you said you were a math major in college, so you already answered one of my questions on here already. What do you feel like when you not want it, or do you feel like what do you feel like some of your biggest victories were in college?
Victories?
Like some of your like most successful moments in college, other than like just graduating.
Because that's the biggest one, honey. Lord.
Right.
Let's see. Victories, I feel like just like I'm a type of person, like the little things matter to me. So just by me being able to balance so much, because of course I was still living at home and the tuition was a lot. So just by me being able to keep up with the payments, because I still had to pay out of pocket like every month, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
That was a little victory for me. I guess when I was able to make new connections and network. And right now I'm realizing the victories because the connections are still, they're working in my favor. That's a victory for me right there. Being able to keep my head on straight, that was a victory because let me tell y'all, that school, oh my goodness. It's just Virginia Union. If you know about Virginia Union, you know that they are not that organized.
I heard that.
And they was trying to stress me. Like I'm a type of person, I like stuff right here, like this right there, so I can know what everything is, you know what I'm saying? Know what's coming, know what's upcoming. I write everything, keep my clients in the little notepad. I have to know what's going on.
Right.
Or it's gonna stress my anxiety up. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing that was for me to not be totally crazy, you know what I'm saying? That was a victory because they was trying to stress me. But they didn't do it. I got that degree, so.
Exactly. I heard that. I feel like all colleges, for the most part, are somewhat like that. You know, I feel like it's more so up to the student to be organized, and I think you did a really good job at doing that. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you feel like those would be considered struggles as well? Do you feel like you struggled through any of those particular instances?
Of course, like just trying to stay focused, trying to stay awake, trying to go to class. I commuted, so I mean, sometimes I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I'll be so tired because I'll be doing hair till 2:00 in the morning, and I'll be like, oh my God, I still got class. Da, 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to balance everything, make that dollar, make a name for myself. I'm trying to do all this while still, you know what I'm saying, still trying to get that degree, you know, because we need that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you don't necessarily need it, but it's just something good to have. You know what I'm saying? So me just trying to balance all of that and then deal with my parents, just with church and how much they needed me to do things with that. That was a really big struggle for me. I look back and sometimes I think, I don't regret anything, but I think like, what would it have been like if I would have lived on campus? Like, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know,
Right.
if I had so many distractions and had to basically work to stay there. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people didn't know that, but I had to work to stay there. Like, I had to pay, you know what I'm saying, every month. But other than that, I'm a strong girl, so I could take it. Sometimes, you know, you go in the corner, you cry about it, you know, but then you get over it and you just keep going because you got to get it. You have a goal and you have to reach it. That's just the type of person I am.
Exactly. I don't think that like you living on campus, it wouldn't have made you as strong as you are now because of you having to kind of overcome all that stuff. And instead having to go to school where you have been strictly on campus, you might probably had a job on campus. You might have probably been doing hair on campus, but for the most part, I feel like you having to not only commute but do all of that stuff outside. Why do you feel like Virginia Union was the place to be? Or why did you choose Virginia Union?
I don't even want to answer that. Now let me stop. To be honest, I went there because I wanted to go to the engineering program. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to do that, but they don't have it. They got rid of it, so
wow,
that kind of stressed me out because I wanted to be an engineer, a civil engineer to be specific.
oh, wow.
But yeah, but they ain't having, so that's why I went there. But I end up, you know, I made lemonade out the lemons because I wasn't that upset, but it was just like I'm sitting here taking all these extra classes that I already took so it can fit into, you know, the major of just being strictly math. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly. Yep.
yeah, that was a lie. That was frustrating, but that's why I went for engineering. But I couldn't do that.
But at least you know you hit the ground running, so that's good. It's cool because these are the things I didn't even know about you. So I'm getting to know you just like the people are. I think it's cool because I you wanted to get engineer. I never knew that, so that's cool. That's cool. So I feel like you look at the questions because you like answered the next one. I was going to ask you like why'd you choose the major you chose? You know, you just answered that question, so that's cool. Like, so since originally you wanted to be an engineer, why'd you want to go into engineering?
Well, I was just always good at math. Like, okay. I would be tutoring people above me, you know what I'm saying, helping them out to try to get the work done. I was just always good at it, and I really liked it. People persuaded me that it would make me a lot of money, so I was just like, you know what, let me do it. But in the midst of it, I'm gonna let you know I got a little tired, so I didn't really push as hard, you know what I'm saying, as I could. I probably pushed harder in me like doing hair and making a brand for myself. Like I pushed harder with that, you know what I'm saying. I could have went harder, but like I said, I had a lot of stuff that I had to keep up with, a lot of stuff that I had to balance with, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't want to stress myself out. I ain't want to spread myself too thin, you know what I'm saying? So I did what I could, you know what I'm saying? We still making money. We still in there, you know, and it's not finished yet. I can still progress myself, you know, later on if I decide to, you know, do some more schooling, which I probably won't, but, you know, you never know.
because people like that go back after the 4 years and get their degree or their master's or whatever, their doctorate, a different type of people. I don't even like school that much to begin with.
Girl, it's too much.
Crazy, crazy. So with you being in college and then like you said, like doing hair was a big part of you being able to keep up with just being able to go there. So why hair? Why not something else?
Literally, people ask me this all the time, like, how did you get into hair? I'm like, because people kept bothering me. That's all. That's like, literally. Because I would come to work, like I worked at Fridays. I used to work Fridays as a little server, waitress. And I would just come to Fridays with a different hairdo, like every day, like, well, every week. It was like it was something going on with me. I just always wanted my hair done different because I just like looking different. Like, that's just me. If I look the same for too long, I get tired of it. So I was push my hair up, wigs, braids, twists, everything. And then everybody would be like, well, can you do my hair? And this is like 4 or 5 years ago. I'm like, hey, well, I guess. Like, you know what I'm saying? I would always do my little sister's hair and stuff. So I was just like, I mean, I guess I kind of know. But, oh, my God, it was so much. For me to get to the point of me actually making business cards and stuff like that, you know, it took a lot. Because I'm just like, I will be so tired sometimes, like, doing hair. And this is like 3 years ago, doing somebody's hair, like, doing something simple like feed-ins. And it take, like, 7 hours just to do, like, yes, like me sitting there trying to make sure the braid, then I would take it out, I wouldn't like it, and then I would try to do it again and stuff like that. Oh my God, like it was so tedious, like literally. I was just like, oh my God, I just want to give up. But the money was good, and to be honest, I went from charging people, I would say like maybe 50 something a hairstyle to actually like doubling, tripling my prices. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
because that take a lot of time.
It takes a lot of time, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it takes a lot of time to do hair, and I never really knew that even, you know, getting into hair. Like, I guess I kind of knew, but I never really paid for my hair. Like, my grandmas would pay for me to go to the salon. Like, I never paid for my hair, like, you know what I'm saying, when I would go to the shop and get, like, long braids. So I didn't really know, but you know, once I start getting into it, I'm just like, okay, I can really like start charging people. Like my work is like that. So, you know.
Right. So were you always that good when you first started doing hair, or you was just like, you just practice on yourself?
I couldn't even practice on myself. I would practice on my friends. Like they would just literally just like, I wouldn't charge them that much. Like I'd probably charge them like $30, $50 to do like a whole set of box braids. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like just practicing, because I was not that good. I mean, of course nobody gonna be like just that good at something like that. Like you have to, it's all about patterns when it comes to braiding. You know what I'm saying? So I had to learn something consistent so I wouldn't be there all day doing it. But yes, it took a while. Like 5 years later, I started doing hair like 2015. Yeah.
Okay.
We here.
Cool. So like, where would you want to like take it? Like, as far as like, what are your biggest goals maybe in the hair industry?
Well, mainly I want to own my salon, of course, but I work at a salon now. It's to where it's just me and this other lady, and she wants me to partner up with her and basically do some stuff with her, you know, when it comes to little kids and stuff like that. And I don't know. I just don't know. Like basically she's trying to partner up with me, but that's her only source of income. Like I don't like, I'm thinking about it and I'm just like, me, I like that multiple source of income. Like, you know me, Avery, like I be having like 5, 6 jobs, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm working a lot, like, you know, it's the Jamaican in me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like we like to have a lot of sources of income. But that's her, like, if I was to own a salon, I would have to own, like, more than one, or I would have to, like, start selling products or something like that. Of course, have girls there, you know what I'm saying, working. But you have to have it a certain way because the salon is shut down now. So she's asking the government for money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be that type. Like, I see these other girls, you know what I'm saying, with their salons, and they still rolling, like, you know what I'm saying, they're still offering classes to teach and stuff like that. They're still selling their products and doing this, doing that. So that's kind of where I see myself, like, you know what I'm saying, so I won't just be stuck in one area. If some gets shut down, I'll still have, you know, other sources.
That makes sense, especially like I think that's a really good idea for you to like create products as well. So if we ever do come in something like this, like you said, you can actually sell your products while people are in the house trying to do their hair, trying to get their hair straight, or at least look like something with the salons are closed. As well as, like you said, get on something like this and teach classes. You can teach. You can do like up to 100 people on Zoom for like $10 a month. Right. And so you can teach and charge every single one of those people, classes and stuff like that. So I think that's pretty cool too. So yeah, look at you. You always been about that money though. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
And if you probably gonna, I don't want to say why I'm like that, but you probably gonna ask me that on.
I wasn't, but now I'm going to. So like anyone, because I look at the brand that you've established, and I kind of saw it build constantly, people paying attention to you. So like, do you have any advice for other females out there trying to build their brand and trying to maybe, go on the same path that you're going on?
I would firstly say to do not be scared to look a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like me, people see certain things, what I'm doing. I'm open, but I'm still like private. You know what I'm saying? With certain things that I do. You have to be smart about what you put out there, of course, but don't be scared to like, if something don't look right, like I'm sure it was certain people that didn't like their hair, they walking around saying I did. And you know what I'm saying? Like that's just what it is. Like you have to continue to push yourself forward. Like that didn't stop me. Like that's just, sometimes I know, especially in the type of days that we're living in now, like everybody wants you to look a certain way, to have this, you know what I'm saying? We all have our insecurities, but that's just something that you have to really deal with internally. You can't let that discourage you from really doing what you got to do. And that's one thing about me. Like, I'm not gonna be out here doing nothing grimy, but at the end of the day, like I'm going to be out here doing what I need to do to get where I need to be. And just of course by me having an open personality and by people knowing my parents and stuff like that, it's not that hard for me to just like get my name out there, pass certain things along so I'm able to get income. But it helps to be open, to be smart about yours. You know what I'm saying? You have to, because at first, oh my God, I was double booking people like crazy. I was like, it was a time where before I even got my planner, I would double book people. And this is like 2-3 years ago. And I'll be like, oh my God, what is going on? I would stress myself out. And I would have to do that, like all them people here in one day. Like I'm the type of person, I don't want to do more than 3 people is. You know what I'm saying? Because it's break. They already take a long time. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be double booking these people. And I'm telling you, I'll be sitting here, oh my God, tired, doing hair all day from sunrise to sunset. Oh my God. Like, until almost the next day because I won't be organized. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that can kind of fall back on you because then your clients are looking at you like, what's going on with her? Like, then you're not on time and all this stuff. You got to really have to keep your head on straight, have a visual, you know what I'm saying? I'm always writing stuff down. It's just kind of, I don't know. It's not embarrassing. I still write in my diary, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I write stuff, but I write it to God, you know what I'm saying? I started off with Dear God, and I basically just write about the things I want, and it's basically like I'm praying, you know what I'm saying? Like, prayer is so important. Like, you have to pray. You have to take time out with God, you know what I'm saying? And it just really clears your head, And I know sometimes with me, I can be rolling so much and just going. And then the next thing you know, I'm snapping. Somebody do something that's not even that big of a deal and I snap. But I realized that when I'm writing and I'm talking to God and I'm just having my devotional time, that's just something that just brings me back and it calms me down and it just lets me know like, oh, I can do this. Boom, next day, God reveals and something happens that I didn't even expect. Well, I kind of expected because I prayed for it, you know what I'm saying? But, when it happened, I'd be like, Lord, I ain't think it's going to happen that fast. But prayer is very important, you know what I'm saying, in the right atmosphere.
You're right. Mm-hmm. So you believe that your faith is a very intricate part in you having or being the way you are, correct?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You got to let people know. So, like, how do you feel like how important, because I know Now, I don't know if, like, now me personally, I know that your father is a pastor, right? And so,
Mhm.
right. So how do you feel like, how important were they in helping you establish your like own relationship with
Well, my parents have always been the type of people to like push certain things on us,
God?
which might not be the best. I wouldn't say do it to your child, but I was a little bad, you know what I'm saying? I used to do what I wanted to do, like literally, like because my parents kind of held me in too tight, you know how that is. But they're great people, but I was their firstborn. I was experiment 626, like you know what I'm saying. They had to see, what to do, what not to do. Like my
Right.
sister, she a baller. She gonna be straight, you know what I'm saying. They done did their little practice runs on me and my brother, but yeah, my parents had to like really just kind of instill certain things because they knew like my mind. I'm so like curious about certain things, and sometimes you have to be careful about that because God don't want our minds to wander too much into certain things, you know what I'm saying? Because then you'll be sitting there doing something you have no business doing. And that was me, like literally I would be like, I want to do this, I want to do that. And I got myself into so much trouble just doing that. So I thank God for my parents, and I guess I had to, go through all of that because it made me stronger and it made me draw close because of my parents, but because of me. I'm like, okay, I need God. Like I need him to help me, through certain things. I have to take time out to, you know, give him some time, and I make it my business to do that because it wouldn't be me. Like I just would not be me without my relationship with God. Like he literally opens doors. Like I pray for something and boom, it happens. Like it happens. That's always been the case since I was little. You know what I'm saying? And the stuff that I did that didn't really, go my way, it would still happen, but it would just happen in another form. And God has just taught me how to appreciate that. I'm sorry about that vacuum. That's so irritating.
No, you're fine. I'm like they doing something outside, and I was just like, I know I'm gonna get feedback from it, but I don't care. It's all good. So, like, what do you feel like your first step was like in building a relationship with him?
I would say maybe like 2 years, maybe like 3 years ago when I broke up with my ex. Because I was doing stuff I was not supposed to be, doing when it comes to him, and I was, and
Mhm.
I feel like it kind of changed me a little bit and made me kind of vulnerable. And I'm just not the type of person to even be vulnerable, like to certain things that I know is not right,
Right.
you know? So I didn't like that. And it kind of left me in a state of vulnerability. And I'm sitting here just taking in all kinds of stuff that I won't really supposed to be taking. And, not drugs, nothing, but I'm just saying
Right.
spirit wise. And I had to really just switch myself over and just really draw myself back to him. Like I had to force myself, like I had to be alone. I had to learn how to be to myself. Like I had to find things that made me happy, you know what I'm saying, with just me. Like I had to get around all of it because literally, like it was nobody else that was gonna give me like my head, you know what I'm saying? And I have a good life, like you know what I'm saying? Like my parents give me everything, like literally, but even them, like they weren't even happy with the stuff I was doing with him, so they kind of stopped some of the stuff they were even doing for me. You know what I'm saying? So I needed God, like because my parents were just like, I'm not gonna keep telling you to just, you know, feed into you when you're doing it, you know how parents be.
Right. Yeah.
But
Goddamn.
yes, I had to shift myself because I was like just going into a state, and I probably wouldn't even been able to finish school if I didn't do that. If I didn't come back to, God in a way I knew how to do it, not the way my parents knew or anybody else. Like I had to do it for myself.
I hear that. I hear that. No, I think we've all been there. I think it comes a time where you have like a particular situation that always draws you to, the only person that you really feel like can help you, and that is God, especially if you have like a background and a somewhat understanding of, how he
Mm-hmm.
works, how he helps you and stuff like that. That's good. And then so also, so you told us earlier that you could sing, right? And and
Don't get me to sing no song on
no,
here.
no, not yet. But but so did you start just singing in the church, or is that the first place you realized you could sing, or was it just
Well,
something that you
no.
always loved to do?
Actually, I didn't even start singing in the church because my parents didn't even really start doing stuff with the church until I was like, I think 9 or something.
Oh, okay.
Or for real. So I started singing at a young age in school, in elementary school. Like they would make me sing in front of the school, like the school anthem. Um, I would sing. I would always sing like in choir. I'd be singing in front of everybody. Like I did the talent show at school, and I sung like so. Singing really started at school with me. Like, and then middle school I would sing. High school wasn't really. I was more nerdy in high school because I went to open high, so I was doing more school stuff. So I didn't really get to do nothing with that. But yeah, school singing started in school. They would make me sing. Like back in the good old days when what I'm saying, school actually cared about stuff. Like I don't know what's going on
Right.
with school. I don't know. But
You tell me.
yeah, like my principal loved me, and she would get me to do certain things because I was always a little brainiac, but I was always loved by everyone. Like that was just always me. So when it comes to like certain gifts I had, people always wanted to see them. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
I know that's right. So what would you sing for the talent show? See, now I'm curious.
I sung. No, I remember the song. I still be singing it. I sang Yolanda Adams. You gotta believe.
Oh, okay. Okay. A lot of times I've heard it. See, now I gotta look it up. I gotta like refresh my memory. So you told me, not told me personally, but you went on Instagram and you were talking about how people were like sowing seeds of like negativity and stuff like that. And then you was like saying, in order for things to grow, there's obviously you can't sow those particular seeds. So what does it mean to you when you like to sow a seed of like positivity? So what does that mean to you?
Okay, well, I'm gonna go back to the basis of why I even wrote that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, why I was even talking about that, and even people was giving me feedback on it as well. I just don't indulge in certain things. Like I saw something on Instagram. You know how people just feel like they can say anything because it's Instagram. I hate that so much. Like I don't care. Like put it on my own story, but I would not even. And I barely even do. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a joke here and there, but I won't sit here and like beat nobody down under their post. I don't care if they can see it or not. You don't need to sit here and write nothing negative to nobody. Like, you don't know what they going through, how they feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate that about this world. Like, people just feel like, it's like social media has made people just feel like they be more negative. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can say more nasty stuff because they feel like ain't nobody gonna get them. It's just like, wow, like, so all along, so if it wasn't for, you know what I'm saying, somebody being right in your face, it will kind of force you to be a better person. Like,
Right.
But with me, I don't indulge in negativity. I can't. Like, I can't sit there and like, even my cousin, that's my like best friend. But I can't, even when she started talking too much about certain things, like, I'll be like, girl, I gotta go. Because I can't gossip. It's just something in me. And I think it's because of my mom. Like, we just can't sit here and gossip. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe here and there we'll laugh about something because stuff is funny. We're both jokesters. Like,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I can't sit here and just be really nasty. Like, you sitting here talking down on somebody. You like, you got it all together. I just cannot. And when it was a certain period of time when I was dealing with a certain amount of friends that were shady. And sometimes you can't help but to just do shady things because you surrounded yourself by, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I realized that, I mean, my life is still okay, but just how it is now, like how God has been moving so quickly now because them people are not in my life anymore. And I'm just sowing so much of myself into people, just as I was a child, how I was doing so much with people. But yeah, when I was dealing with them, certain things just was not going good for me. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm sitting back and I'm still trying my best to help people, sowing into people's life, sowing positivity, you know what I'm saying? And now, a lot of people is losing their jobs in this quarantine. I was able to get a job. You know what I'm saying? I'm able to still get clientele in this quarantine. A lot of people wonder why I can do what I do, why things happen for me and not for them. It's just because I'm not going to even sit here and focus on the negativity. Like, that's just not where my mind is. Like, my mind is, okay, even if I am in a bad place, it's how I'm going to get out of it. I can't sit here and feel sorry for myself or be mad at something I did. Of course, I mean, some stuff may set me off and upset me, but I choose positivity, and positivity is a choice and a mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to sit here and you have to really want to be this way, or anything can grab you in and suck you in, you know what I'm saying, into certain situations that you know you shouldn't be in, and then you looking like, oh, why I'm not making this much money, and I'm because you're wasting your time doing stuff that you have no business doing, no business talking about. You sitting here talking about people and doing this and doing that when you could have been writing something down for your business, you know what I'm saying, or doing something to help somebody else to make your name look good, your brand. Like, people don't understand that. It's not like science, you know what I'm saying? Just send positivity out and it'll come back to you. People don't get that though, because they're scary.
Very, very, very well put. You know, if you put negativity into the world, you can't be surprised when it comes to you. And if you sow seeds of positivity, you reap the fruits of your labor. You know, if you put positivity there, exactly, it's right there. So, and people don't understand that. But you know, I just wanted to get your take on that, because this is the reason why I even presented the idea of you being on my podcast, because I saw that and I was like, you know what? Yeah, she need to come on here, because I was like, I respect that. You know, so yeah, let's get down to the real stuff. Not that that's not real, but you know, people people tune into my podcast. Like, the demographic of my podcast is like 68 to 72% women, right? So I was just like, which I was very surprised by. So let's talk about relationships, because that's what women like to hear. No, so, and you can choose to plead the fifth on it or not, but I'm gonna ask it regardless. I know the answer, but are you seeing someone?
I am.
Okay. Okay. So, fellas, she is off the market, because I know how brothers are. They're gonna see the Instagram or whatever and be like, oh yeah. So, yeah, she off the market. So what do you what do you look for in a man now opposed to then?
Let's see. I feel like it's kind of weird. Like, with me, it was a certain period of time where I was trying to date, and then I stopped, and I was trying to date, and it's just like, I don't know. It's just like I had to really see even what I really wanted, because even now I'm in a relationship, and no harm to him, because you know that's my boo. But it's like, sometimes I just want to be to myself, because I'm just so I want to do things.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about nobody.
You gotta push past that.
I know. I just like, I want to just be free, but nah. But I need to settle down. I need some kids, maybe one day. I don't know. Who knows? But the things I look for in a man is, I like also independence in a man. Of course, any girl wants that. Not so much the money, because the money don't really matter. I got my own money, you know what I'm saying? But I need you to be stable. Like, I need you to be able, you know, to fend for yourself. If I wasn't able to do, because I was in my other, like, I only had one boyfriend, you know what I'm saying, my ex. And just with him and the stuff I went through, I was doing everything, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm just always want to have the money, like, you know, and being stupid. Don't be stupid, girls. Don't be stupid. And, you know, giving out all my money. It's nothing wrong with, you know what I'm saying, sharing the responsibilities. I like that. I wouldn't even want no man doing everything for me, because I'd be like, hold on, because you think you're running something. You're not. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I wouldn't
My
even
grandma the exact same way. She told me that.
You're not gonna sit here and think that you can, you know, run me. I look for that too. Like, I like sharing responsibilities. I also look for, of course, number one, relationship with God. Like, you gotta know him. You know what I'm saying? Ain't gotta be the way I know him, like, but it ain't no Buddha or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But I would want a Christian man, like, you know what I'm saying? Let's see. Communication is really big, because some men, like, just don't know how to talk to females. Like, when you get mad, like, just the just the way you I just that gets to me. I'm like, because I'm the type of person, like, I know I kind of got a smart mouth, which every guy likes it anyway, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like, if I'm not doing nothing to you and you having a bad day and I'm sitting here trying to help you, I don't need you giving off like this, like you don't want me around. I need to feel like you want me around. Like, that's big for me too. Because I'm the type of person, if you don't want me, then don't talk to me. You know, that's my favorite song. You don't want me, then don't talk to me. I be gone by my business because I just can't. Like, I need to feel wanted. And the respect, of course, has to be there. Like, gotta respect, because I'm big on that. I'm not gonna sit here and be with no man that don't know how to respect me when we out in public or in private, because my parents is not gonna go for that anyways, you know.
Right.
You know, so I think, that's pretty much it. I'm not complicated, you know what I'm saying? I'll be good, but to myself, like, you know, watching Disney, you know, you ain't even gotta do that with me, you know. Just, you know, I just like a little company every now and then. And when I bother you, you need to want me to be bothering you. I mean, it can be every time. Because I don't really bother nobody. Like, even now, like, I don't really bother them like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? But when I bother you, you better be ready for, you know what I'm saying? Love, yes. Because I'm already to myself a lot, you know? So, and that's one thing I don't like. I mean, I like clingy, but then I don't like. I need you to know how to be to yourself too, because I don't need nobody all up on me, and you know what I'm saying? I hate that. Even when I love my sister to death, even her, she be too much on me, Jesus, and I be like, Lord, I need to do it because she my sister, you know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly. She gonna be your sister forever.
Yes, I'm being time for myself, and I like that for my mom because she like being to herself.
I mean, she can't really help it at this particular point because y'all stuck in the house together. So you gotta give her.
But I don't bother her because she don't want to be bothered still. But yeah, that's pretty much.
Okay. So there's like a rumor going around that, like, and it's been going around for like ages, that women can't admit when they're wrong. Women think that they're like perfect, right? So my question to you is, just to let people know, like, women can't admit when they're wrong, and they know they have like things that aren't so perfect. What do you think your most toxic trait is in a relationship?
You're right. Yeah. When it comes to that, sometimes I feel like
you know.
No, but for real, like, when I feel like I'm right and you don't want to hear me out, I had to literally work on that, because oh my God, that's why I couldn't even deal with my ex, because I'd be screaming, I'd cussing them out, bringing up, like, just being toxic, like, just saying stuff just to be hurtful. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really worked on myself, because I used to say everything. Like, I didn't care. Like, I need you. You was like, oh, I don't even want to. Oh God, I don't even want to say like that. Was that me? Ew, like, I can't believe that I did that. But nah. But yeah. But now I don't care about being wrong. I'm always saying sorry. Like, literally, like, I'm always apologizing, because not too much, because I'm not no sorry person. You know what I'm saying? But to the point where sometimes I know that people don't get me. You know what I'm saying? So I do stuff that can be like erotic. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking this. I'm a strategizer. Like, so everybody not going to get where I'm at. Like, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes I do have to apologize, you know what I'm saying, my man, because sometimes I can just say things because I'm thinking about something, and I'll do things because I'm trying to do a lot of things at once. And you know, men can't really do that. You know what I'm saying? They can't grasp everything. You know, they like one thing at a time. I had to learn that as well. You know, had to slow down when it comes to men, because you know, y'all just. But yeah, but I have to apologize for that, because they be like, do this. I just told you this. Why you forget? And I'm sitting here nagging, and I have to apologize for that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I had to learn how to just understand that everybody just not gonna be where you at in your mind, especially who I am, like, you know what I'm saying? And then that gives you, once you apologize, sometimes you just need space. And then that'll give you some time for him to get himself together, and then he'll come back, and then y'all good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all vibing, and he apologized, and the next thing you know, you got some food on, you know what I'm saying, DoorDash to your door or something, or you got some shoes in the mail, girl, you got some money in your cash app, because you learn how to apologize apologized, you done humbled yourself, you know what I'm saying, in a way that is understandable between both of y'all. It's not too much. It's not like you being, oh, I'm just sorry because, but let me tell y'all men don't like to apologize either, because that's the I'm working with, the one I'm dealing with now. I mean, oh my God, when it's time for him to apologize, when he don't understand something, it's just like, oh my God, it's a whole nother thing. It's just, I don't know. He's just can be a little mean. You know what I'm saying? I'm mean too, so it don't really bother me. But he's working on himself too. Like, he's learning how to apologize. He's like, okay, he a Leo. He don't like to say sorry. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. Yeah, like that. So it's just like, all right, yeah, he doesn't like to say sorry, and that's what any man I really have dealt with. That's even my dad. Like, don't like saying sorry. But as he has gotten older, like, my dad will come and he'll apologize. He be even apologizing for other people that do stuff to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? And, my dad treat me how he's always treated me how I was supposed to be treated. Like, call me pretty every day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but that apologizing thing,
Yeah.
either person.
Yeah, it definitely is difficult because we got pride. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to, like, that's how y'all don't want to admit when you're wrong. We don't want to admit when we're wrong because we the men, so you look to us if anything to lead, so we can't like be slipping in your eyes. So we don't ever want to be slipping. So we rather you be wrong than us. You know what I'm saying? So
I hate that. It's so annoying. It's like, okay, you're supposed to lead, you're supposed to be the man, but you ain't gotta make me feel stupid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't, that's just one thing that I just, we working on it. It's okay.
Ladies, take notes, take advice, because a lot of women need to hear that, because a lot of women don't want to put their pride aside and be like, you know what, I was wrong. I accept full responsibility for that. Right.
It's gonna be okay after you'll be okay. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes pride is really like it's like a feel. Like, you can feel pride, like, literally, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can feel it blocking you from saying sorry. Like, sometimes I be feeling like, oh no, I knew I won't. You know what I mean? You can feel it. So I promise you, after you brush it to the side, get the chip off your shoulder, it'll be all right. You can apologize.
Exactly. So I have this section in the podcast called, like, put it in the comments. And so I thought this would really be a good question for you on this particular episode. So I saw something on Instagram, and it was like, this dude, it had a picture of this dude and this girl. He was just like, when we go to the movies, if I pay for the movie, she paid for the, if I pay for car note, she paying car insurance, and so forth and so on. So do you feel like a man should pay all the bills? Like, say you married or what have you, the man pays all the bills, or do you think things should be split up 50-50?
Ain't nothing gonna ever be 50-50, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like y'all should have certain responsibilities, you know what I'm saying? And it helps with development. Like, you always learning, even as you get older and stuff like that. Like, my parents do it. Like, they split responsibilities. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and like I said before, I don't want no man thinking he can pay for everything for me. Right. You know what I'm saying? I would not. I can't deal with that. I'm sorry, I need some sweet milk. I do not want to deal with that. I do not want to deal with that with no man thinking that he can do everything. Like, so I do believe that responsibilities should be split up. Like, because no, like, y'all ladies be wanting these dudes to do everything, and then wonder why he's sitting here thinking he can cheat, and you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because he got a hold on you because he feel like, you ain't going nowhere anyways. Like, I would never have nobody thinking that about me. I will always have my own life. That's just how I was raised. So that's just me.
That makes sense, because there's a lot of females out here that are just like, yeah, he should pay all the bills and this, that, and the fourth. Like, nah, I mean, like, I agree with certain things. Like, I don't mind, like, if I'm capable of doing so, I don't mind paying, like, for example, like, for a vacation, as long as the wife plans out everything. I don't mind giving you my check,
right,
as you pay the bills the way they need to be paid.
Definitely that vacation though. Mm-hmm.
You said what now?
I said definitely pay for that vacation though. Mm-hmm.
Right, yeah. I don't mind paying for vacation, but you got to get the flights and do all that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to touch it. You know what I'm saying? Here's the money. Do what you need to do. If bills need to be paid, you said what now?
The organization.
Exactly. Like I don't want to touch it. Like I don't mind being organized. I just don't want to do it. So, so I think, yeah. So I think in that retrospect, that's how I like my family be run. If I have the means to do it, you know what I'm saying? I don't mind paying everything. It's just you go online, do the payments and all that stuff. So yeah, cool. Once again, ladies, take notes. I think that's that's it for real for me. Unless you got something else you want to say.
I mean, you pretty much asked everything. I mean, we good over here.
Cool.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, of course. Thank you for being on. I appreciate you. I needed the material. I need to like keep this thing going. I try to be consistent as possible with this because
I know it's hard because it's down for.
Right. One day you're gonna see me interviewing somebody. I don't know, like Oprah or Steve Harvey or somebody.
I know that's right. You better.
Yeah, we gotta manifest these things. Exactly. Gotta manifest
that. I'm telling you, write it down, make it plain. I have to write stuff down because then when God reveals, I go back and look. I'm like, didn't I pray for this? You know what I'm saying? Didn't I ask for this? And it's still amazing to me. Like I shouldn't even be surprised, you know, by some stuff that be happening, but pray about it. You know what I'm saying? Like no matter what it looks like, if you have that visual, you know what I'm saying, God will always meet you where you are. So yeah.
This is true. This is true. Oh, and before we go, I'm gonna ask you, and I'm only gonna ask you this question one time. You gonna sing for us on my podcast?
No.
No. I was like, of course I'm gonna have to put her on the spot.
Like, you know, I can sing like at a church, in front of a school, but the thing about camera, I do not like my voice on the camera.
What? Most people don't, though. I can't, you know. I mean, the people be trying to, like, especially these celebrities in this whole quarantine thing, they be putting themselves in their bathrooms, and the bathrooms be huge, like stadiums.
Yeah.
And they be sitting there with acoustics. Exactly.
Now, if I was to sing a song, no, see how you want to
You a trip. So, like I said, I'm gonna put the handle should be down here the entire time or whatever. So make sure you follow Carmen at it's beauty by Carm _ right on Instagram.
Yeah, that's me.
Cool. Make sure you follow her there. You know, she needs all the clients because you know she collecting all the coins, especially in Richmond. You top one in my book. So yeah, thank you so much.
I do hair.
Oh, you said you do nails too?
No, I said I don't got no nails.
Oh, I thought you said you did nails.
No.
I was like, Lord, what do you not do is the question.
Oh no, nails too far.
But thank you so much for being a guest on my podcast, ma'am. I appreciate you so much. And there's a thing that we say on the Avery Jones podcast. Make sure you stay blessed, stay you, and I don't care what color you are. Make sure you stay black. We lit.
And I stay.
Right. All right, Carmen. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Y'all have a good one. Be blessed. Stay safe in this quarantine.